Well, it's hard for me to say when that must have been, because it's been a part of my consciousness about the Second World War and the history of the concentration camps for many, many years, as it is a part, the Second World War is a part of my personal and family history. But quite a few of the Norwegian women that were incarcerated during the war were brought actually to Ravensbrück. And some of them wrote books when they came back to Norway after the war. So their witnesses has been important in the whole Norwegian narrative around the world war, the Second World War, and the resistance movement as such. But of course, I didn't know until 3-4 years ago that actually Ravensbrück was essential to my own personal family history, as my own paternal grandmother actually was killed in Ravensbrück, April 1945. So then, of course, the concentration camp has become a bigger part of my. It means a little more to me than it used to do. I associate the meeting with the people like you, Sabine, who took very well care of me when I came visiting. I associate a willingness to take care of history with a dignity. Of course, when I was there, I've only been there once. It was painful to be there. It was strange to be there. I would never, never dare to be there at night. That would be scary to me. The obelisk that you have was very impressive. That made a huge impression on me, also because I artistically have been working with the Pietà as a motive. So I think that kind of the Pietà motive is very, very powerful. It is, in my knowledge, it is the important female concentration camp. So I find it also from a gender point of view to be a very, very important institution when it comes to research and commemoration of the history. So, I'm really happy you are there doing the great job you're doing, and hoping you will be able to continue doing the good work. Personally, I do not have that much knowledge about what actually is going on in Ravensbrück, but I've been there myself, and I have a good friend from Hungary, Diana Gru, whom has told me that she has been visiting you together with her grandmother, who was incarcerated in Ravensbrück several times. And hopefully one day I'll be able to come myself. I would love to bring my daughter, who's 23 years old. I think she would be very interested. And also her and her generation, that you are teaching the way you are. I think that's incredibly important, knowing how the right politic is developing in Western societies today, seeing what's happening in Hungary and Poland and in America and all these things, and all the talk about the false news and false history. So of course, I'm very, very, also being a storyteller myself, I'm very much occupied with the thought that we must not forget. We must keep on telling these stories and be educated. We cannot fall into that trap of ignorance. Yeah, and I think that the Ravensbrück and you people being there, doing your work is crucial to that thing, to that fact.